The Learning Channel. The Learning Channel?
The Learning
The Channel for
Channel.
Learners. Channel for Yearners. Maybe you guys grew up learning from PBS about life and the library and shit like that. No, I grew up learning about the real world from TLC, the Learning Channel, the channel that is dedicated to my learning. So recently, my favorite YouTuber literally of all time, courtreezy, made a video about TLC, and I intentionally haven't watched her video yet because I don't want this video to be like a carbon copy of hers, but it did ignite the idea in my head that like, yo, I love the Learning Channel. I watch every clip. I follow them on TikTok. I think everything they post, I'm there. I'm first in line. Do I think there's something problematic by nature with the way they kind of exploit people who are going through really, how you say, interesting things in their life? Totally. But I'm no better than the next girl. I said in my last video how like I don't like watching reality TV because I get attached to the characters. TLC basically fills that gap for me so perfectly because I can get attached to these people. I can try to psychoanalyze them and be like, oh, is this childhood trauma? Almost always, certainly, because why the hell do you end up just like falling in love with dolls unless you have serious childhood trauma? You know what I mean? Of course it's childhood trauma. But I love TLC. I love My Strange Addiction. I'm so about 600 Pound Life. You know, that's a little harder to watch because that usually is genuinely really explicit childhood trauma in the way that some of the others aren't. But I wanted to scroll through some of TLC's strangest addictions that they have told us about in recent years and watch them here with y'all because this is the second channel. And I realized that I really am having a good time over here with y'all because I do not script these videos at all. I essentially scroll TikTok like I would do regardless, but instead of doing it by myself, I decide to film it and edit it and put it up on this YouTube channel so that we can kind of watch this stuff together. Because why? Why should I actually go through some of this stuff by myself? Why shouldn't I show it to you? And one of my favorite ones that I recently came across, this is not actually a new one, it's new-ish, it's from like late 2025, is this guy whose addiction was his girlfriend dolls. Let's have a watch.
Originally, when I first got her, I called her my synthetic girlfriend.
He says that originally when he first got her, he called her his synthetic girlfriend as if that's some kind of derogatory thing to say. Also, real sorry if you can hear my dishwasher's going. What else would you call her? That's such an interesting thing. In this community, I always wonder about in different communities what's considered derogatory. What's the non-derogatory term here, if not synthetic girlfriend? Like what's your alternatives? What else would you call her?
But it's actually progressed to the point where it's like, you know, oh, she's my wife.
Oh, okay. It wasn't derogatory. It's just incorrect. It's not synthetic girlfriend, it's synthetic wife. She got a ring. That's it. Period, girlfriend. Look at her. Love the red lip. Love the eyeshadow. Honestly, very impressed if he's the one.
I say if, as if she could do it.
Impressed that he's the one to put her outfit together because she looks kind of nice.
Nation with the doll actually comes from his childhood.
What did I say? What did I fucking say? Did I not say it's childhood trauma? Did I not open the video by saying everybody on TLC has childhood trauma? Oh, is this childhood trauma? You didn't have to say this. This was unnecessary. You didn't have to tell us it's from childhood. No, we knew. We got that.
He was following his mother when she shopped in a mall in Detroit, while other children looked at toys. He was completely fascinated by the plastic mannequins in the window. Seeds were planted.
So he had a little bit of a fascination with mannequins. I don't know if that's inherently weird. Let's keep going.
Then, his good friend Monty, the one who introduced him to it all, the main culprit. Monty showed him a website selling lifelike dolls and Awe was shocked. My God, this is exactly my dream. Doll. I have to get it.
Honestly, happy for him that he's found community. But you know what I think about sometimes with these people is that, you know, like there's so much human behavior that is linked to like behaviors we had back in like prehistoric times. Like they say night owls were the people who were responsible for watching over the tribe at night. Like there's some evolutionary reason a lot of times for some of our behaviors. Sometimes I wonder what was the original evolutionary purpose for things like this, if there was. Because what if it's one of those things that we look at now and we're like, oh my God, this is so weird and so crazy. But if he existed 1,000 years ago, they would have been like, this is a god. This is our god and we need to worship him and sacrifice babies to him. What if that's what things like this is and are? Things that have just like for some reason lasted through evolution where they're not really a necessary survival thing anymore, but they had a purpose when they had a purpose.
Although friends all thought it was strange to spend a lot of money on a doll, they just let him do as he pleased. because Alway was so happy.
See, this is why TLC is so fucked up. Why are you interviewing Derek? Get Monty on the show. Get the one who introduced him to this. Of course, Derek thinks it's weird. Get Monty. Monty's the one who brought him into this world. Monty's the one who can take him out.
Most people find it soothing to live in a fantasy life, and it continues into adult life. That's when there is a problem.
Alway clearly didn't think so. To celebrate their 10th anniversary, he even prepared a pair of rings engraved with artificial love eternal.
More at 11. People enjoy living in a fantasy when the world is crumbling around them. And we have this other one that's kind of in a similar vein, like it's a similar thing. She just likes to carry the doll head. Because here's the thing, I've already seen on TikTok the people who like to have like real dolls of like babies, and I know that that's kind of like a trauma response to having lost a baby. I'll be honest with you though, just carrying the head sends a different message. Maybe it comes from the same place, but just having the head of the doll baby on you at all times, I worry, I'm frightened.
And I'm addicted to carrying my doll head. I take her everywhere. I'm in the kitchen, she's there with me. If I'm driving, she's my passenger. I'll take her out to eat with me.
Oh my god, aromatherapy.
It looks very creepy.
To rub it on your head.
I have become addicted to carrying this doll head with me. No matter where I go every day, I always bring it along. I think its surface feels extremely smooth. Sometimes I even rub it gently against my face. Another reason I like it is the unique smell it has.
Kind of smells like marshmallows. It's like,
okay, we need to, maybe me from the future when I'm editing this needs to look into the real connection between like aromatherapy and that, because that seems to be her connection to this. This doesn't seem to be trauma from a lost baby. This seems to be she likes the smell of plastic.
Aromatherapy to me.
Even worse, when I am being intimate with a man, I secretly smell the doll, and it makes him feel uncomfortable, but somehow it makes my sex life feel better.
Why are you still carrying it? Why?
I just like the smell.
I also love how everyone on TLC is married. Every pot got a lid.
It is time for her to get rid of it.
I feel like it might finally be time to let it go, but I cannot imagine my life without it. One day I went to a football with my best friend, and I decided to tell her everything.
As of lately, during those intimate moments,
Y'all are acting like she's planning something terrible. She's just sniffing plastic. That's really what she's doing.
I kind of have the urge to take a whiff, and I'll like look over my shoulder and see if he's looking, and I'll like.
My friend cannot understand why I would do something like this. She told me it was completely ridiculous and that I really needed professional help. So that day, I made an appointment with a therapist, hoping I could break this habit.
Part of me wants to believe that these people just have this weird quirk, and like how badly can this be impacting your real life? I mean, I know this would give me pause if I saw it in public. You're just sitting on the bus and you look to your left of you and there's someone with a doll head, a baby doll head, just sniffing it, rubbing it against their face. This would frighten me for sure. Like if I'm being so honest, I think I don't know if I'd want to be friends with a person like this. If I'm like trying to form a friendship and I realize, oh, homegirl always has this doll head on her that she's sniffing, you know, the world is big. I don't know that I would want to stay that attached.
Hoping I could break this habit, I told her that both my mom and my friends hate it. The doctor explained that I need to slowly distance myself from it because it has trapped me inside my own world.
But that's not the only thing our girls on TLC like to use their noses for. There's also this girl, Catherine, who prefers to snort all of her foods rather than, instead of using the mouth that nature gave us for drinking and for sucking, she prefers to use the nose that nature also gave us for drinking and for sucking.
There is quite a little bit of spice in this guacamole. Right. Sometimes Italian restaurants. I don't have an aversion to chewing, but I have an aversion to the weird textures that come with food. I do not see snorting my food as a problem. I think it has a lot of benefit. I've had bloody noses about once or twice. It has really no drawback.
Oh my God. Oh, doesn't that burn? Oh my God, I just feel like I just feel like I just got the sensation. Like, oh my God, things going up your nose is such an uncomfortable sensation. Oh my God, I don't know if I can watch this one. Of all the things we've seen so far, this one is giving me a physical discomfort that I'm not sure I can make it through this. Okay, so what we see here is that she has an aversion to the texture of food and she doesn't like how it feels, I guess, in her mouth. So somehow the sensation of snorting it is more comfortable. Holy God. Catherine is so far the one I think that has freaked me out the most. And then in the realm of interesting things that people like to do with their noses, we have this lady who's addicted to sniffing her father's underwear.
I lost a lot of clients because of my addiction. I'm addicted to smelling my dad's underwear.
That big deep whiff, I cannot.
What gets you here?
Is it still childhood trauma? Please, psychiatrists to the front. Where is her father? Did her father pass? That's a crazy thing to say. I'm just saying, at least if her father passed, it would provide some context. It would be like, okay, maybe the smell of her father's ass provides her comfort because she misses him. If he's still alive, I'm out of explanations. What causes this? So apparently it is from missing her father, but because of a divorce, not because of death.
Most I can go without sniffing my dad's underwear would have to be maybe 25 minutes, and then I start to like not feel normal.
Okay, I'm gonna go on YouTube and see if I can find like something more full about this woman, because I don't like the fact that she just opened with she likes smelling her father's underwear, and that's just all we get on that. Why, girl? You owe me an explanation for this one. I don't have the YouTube app downloaded. As you can probably see, I'm using my iPhone 2 because I'm filming on my normal iPhone and I'm recording audio on my laptop. So the only gadget I have left is my iPhone 0.5. I always think too about the family in these situations. Like, oh my God, to be the father in this situation, it's like, what do you do?
I'm smelling your underwear.
What are you doing with my underwear in your bra?
Well,
What are you doing?
Okay, so it seems like the dad was unaware of this. She was stealing his underwear. At first, I actually wanted to dive more into this and know more about why she's doing this. And the more I find out, the more I'm like, I actually don't know that I want to know more. It seems like this is unbelievable. Did she just say she doesn't wash them? So she genuinely specifically likes the smell of her father's ass. The father's not passed away. It seems like, maybe I'm misunderstanding because there's a lot going on in this clip, but it seems like father is alive and getting freaked out, dude. You see, this is why, as much as I love TLC, and I started this video talking about how much I love TLC, there always comes a point where I have to step back. Like, I have to stop watching because it starts to get so disturbing and so gross that now I genuinely need to like cleanse the palate. Like, I need to go watch an episode of like, I don't know, Family Guy or something really low brow and stupid to like bring me back to some form of reality.
My name's Cassie and I'm addicted to vabbing. We put 2 fingers up there. I stick my fingers in my and I rub it on my body so that people can smell my pheromones.
Vabbing is fucking disgusting. Seeing things like this is also what makes posting online kind of so easy for me, because you know, a lot of people have a lot of fears about posting online that have to do with what will people think of me. And then I remember who people are sometimes. Like, sometimes you get these comments and you're like, oh my God, this was so mean and so aggressive. And it's like, what if this is homegirl who vabs? You know, you can't take the way people treat you out in public too personally sometimes, because it's like, it could be anybody. Because yeah, I'll be honest with you, if you are the person who is vabbing, rubbing your dad's underwear under your nose every single day dirty, no, if you leave me a hate comment, I don't know that I'm going to personalize it that much, which is why you can't personalize anything anyone says, because everyone could be these people. Also, correct me if I'm wrong, please, girl, but I don't think the logic of pheromones is literally wiping your coochie juice on yourself. I think your pheromones are kind of more your default body scent, like how you kind of smell when you might not be wearing tons of perfume or anything like that. Like, you're clean but not, you know, artificially scented. I think it's your baseline default smell that kind of radiates off of you on an average any given time. It's not a good or a bad smell, it's just your smell. That's kind of like you know, what dogs are picking up on, you know, like when they can recognize you by scent. It doesn't really matter if you've showered or if you're wearing perfume or if you've just come from the gym. They know your scent because they're picking up on your default smell, not your procured smell. Do you know what I'm saying? I think that's what pheromones are. Like, when you pick that up on another person, it's an instant draw to them. I don't think it's legitimately them taking the juices from their nether regions and smearing it all over their body. That is just the smell of the bacteria in your cooch now on your neck. Do I want to keep scrolling?
My name is Jennifer, and I'm addicted to eating mattresses.
Isn't this like a pregnancy symptom, like eating mattresses? This is a health issue, girl. If you're craving mattress, I think this is something, this might be less mental health. This could be something actually internal. But honestly, this is the one I want to close it out on, because after everything we've seen, this is my palate cleanser. Just people eating good old fashioned mattresses. This is what keeps the world going around. This is my TLC. Being a doctor must be so interesting, because these people go to the doctor. What do you do? Doctors to the front when one of your patients comes in and says, hey, So I've eaten 2 full-size king mattresses in my life, and now it's starting to impact my health. What the hell is your first step? What do they say in any of your medical journals about what to do about that when your patients have started eating their mattress? Let me know in the comments. But anyway, I think I'm gonna call it there because I don't want to watch any more TLC. I'm TLC'd out. Shout out again, courtreezy. She's the one who I got this idea from. I love her. I'm a fan. And that's the end of the video. You know, what's the point of this video and what is the wrap up? Always remember to not eat inanimate objects. Don't rub your coochie juice onto your body. Don't sniff your parents or anybody else's but your own underwear. And even still, I would recommend you don't even really need to sniff your own. And as much as you can, try to be a normal functioning member of society. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Also forgot to plug, if you want to listen to my podcast or visit my main channel, linked down below. This is the second channel. Thank you for your time. You can follow it on Spotify, YouTube, anywhere that you feel so inclined. I appreciate your time. Bye.